Welcome, welcome. You're listening to the Drink a Little podcast where we talk about exploring the world of wine and spirits while not letting it take over your life. My name is Kelly Doherty. I'm a joyful child of God and a certified life coach. I'm also a wine educator and wine and spirits brand designer. I'll show you how you can navigate your relationship with alcohol and how that mindset spills over into the rest of your life. We'll learn about the world of wine and spirits together, all while bolstering your confidence that you can have boundaries around alcohol and live your most amazing life. So last episode, we talked about the acronym for wine that represents your core four crucial steps on your journey to creating balance in drinking. And we explored that W stands for who. And this week, after who you've decided to be in this moment and in the future, on this episode in the future, it's episode number 41 and it's I for intention. So today we're talking about the letter I in wine, and that is for intention. And my intention is to have a fun show where we taste the next wine that is called Substance, a Cabernet Sauvignon from Washington State that has a very elemental label. But first, I want to address some questions. And I've gotten the question of, is your background real? Now, if you watch on YouTube, sometimes my background changes, probably hasn't changed in several months. But this is actually not a backdrop. So I'm going to step away a little bit from the microphone. So bear with me, audio podcast listeners, but this is a real background and our wine is in the background. And also, we have some vineyard photography. That is a hobby of mine, to take pictures at the vineyard at Keepersall. And here is our gorgeous elemental wine right back here. So I am going to pour a little. Okay, I just wanted you guys to see some things are still real in the world today. So here is literally the what the label looks like. It looks like one of the blocks on the table of elements from chemistry class. Now, don't have a flashback. You will be just fine. This says CS, and that is not an element. They have CS on here for Cabernet Sauvignon. And I love this because, of all the elements in life, maybe Cabernet Sauvignon should probably be one of the core elements. And so we will get to what that element means in relation to creating balance in your life while drinking a little. But let's give it a little taste first. I'm going to give it a swirl. And this is a Columbia Valley. And so Columbia Valley wines are in Washington State. It's a appellation inside of Washington State. And that is just a region that is beautiful for growing wine. So that's what appellation means. It is a region that is designated by the federal government in order to grow wine. So Napa Valley's a region that is also called an appellation. There's lots of sub-appellations and all kinds of fun laws around them. But if you see, this one says Washington State on the front and then Columbia Valley on the back. Cabernet Valley, that would be amazing, right? All right, I am smelling some like cooked black currant, a little bit of prune. Giving a little taste, a little black cherry, a lot of black currant on the palate. It's very textural, very full-bodied. I mean, it's pretty heavy viscosity. That's when we talk about body. Think about the viscosity of basically skim milk would be light bodied. Whole milk would be medium bodied. And then this would be like cream. It's going to be full bodied. So that's when people talk about the body levels in wine. They're talking really about the viscosity or the weight of the liquid. It's got a little bit of oak, a little bit of maybe dark chocolate, some espresso from that oak. And I think it's very easy to drink, very approachable everyday wine. It's not out of the park elegant, but it's easy to go. So I think this is one to pick up as kind of a casual everyday wine. And I'm kind of going to cut to the chase today on the message because it is an elemental message. It is a base thing that helps all growth in life. And it's something that many people love to skip, including myself. So I want to make sure I'm very intentional about this message, which is about intention. It's so challenging to set out on a mission to change something in your world, in your life, or in the life of others without setting an intention, without setting something up as your elemental baseline. And for many years, I was a work hard and let's see what happens type of person. And in there, I put a lot of goals out there, and those goals didn't necessarily have an intention behind them. Yes, I had an intention to graduate from XYZ or to accomplish XYZ. And I put so much focus on the intention of getting done or complete, so much so that I didn't put focus on the intention of how I wanted to live in the meantime. And that's our day-to-day where we are living. It's always now. We're living in this moment. And most of the time, this moment is not yet where we think we want to be. And I believe that we can love this moment, appreciate where we are, and have a loving intention to create change for ourselves, to grow our lives for the better without being, beating ourselves up in the meantime. So that loving intention means to every day have a moment where we reflect on our intention in the short run. Everyone talks about your long-term plans, and I'm talking about micro intentions. Those are the things that get us to the finish of anything. The big goal is almost too big for our brains to wrap around each day. So we can help ourselves by breaking them down, dealing with what's going to happen today, and being very intentional about the little things. And I spent many years in yoga, and my favorite part of yoga is not necessarily the stretchy part, although that's nice. My favorite part is in that many practices start with setting an intention for the practice that will set the tone for your day or set the tone for your week. And that's what we're really talking about here, setting the tone for a short period of time. You know what's coming up on your calendar, and bringing it into this concept of not over drinking, when something's coming up and you're going to have a night with friends out, you can set an intention just for that event. You can set an intention for how many drinks you're going to have, and you can set an intention for how you want to feel. Maybe how you want to feel when someone offers you something that you don't want. And often on this one, if you don't set that intention, how you want to feel when someone, maybe they start to pour you something that you didn't ask for or that you don't want, and you say no to them, then you feel maybe awkward or rude or uncomfortable. But if you think about it ahead of time, or if that's happened to you, then you can set an intention ahead of time to feel genuinely thankful towards that person. Take it off of yourself. Take it off of thinking that you're being awkward and your perception of yourself being rude, and lean into thinking about them and being thankful for them. It's an absolute game changer, but it takes a little mental rehearsal and it takes a little intention. You can set an intention for how you're going to take care of yourself also. Are you going to reward yourself because you kept your promise, you kept that intention of how many glasses you were going to drink? Are you going to absolutely love yourself even if you're not able to keep that promise? What is your intention in the short term after the interaction or event? And my main thing would be to say, keep this intention as simple as possible. And let me give you an example of going out with friends. I set the intention of the max number of drinks. So pick a number that is right for you. And maybe the first time you do this, that's all you do. Pick a number. All you have to do is remember one number and write it on your hand, put it on your phone, write it on a piece of paper in your purse. Any little nudge to remind you that when you're in the situation, you're right on track. This is what you promised yourself. This was your intention. And once you get used to that, you can set an intention for other things you want to have afterwards. And what I mean is set an intention for the drinks you would have after the drinks you planned for. So let's say you had the drinks you wanted to have, and then you're like, oh crap, I didn't make a plan for the rest of it. So the next step is make a plan for having sparkling water. I make a plan for, I'm going to see where we're going to go and I'm going to order a mocktail. I'm going to look at their menu ahead of time and know I'm going to order something that's beautiful and foo-foo and it doesn't have to have alcohol in it. I don't care if your intention is to order pickle juice after your plan, but picture yourself ordering and then picture yourself enjoying it. Set the intention to enjoy the drink that is after the alcohol. A huge one for me is to set the intention to love everyone I'm with exactly where they are in their lives right now. And I don't mean take responsibility for where they are in their lives. I mean, set the intention to love them as they are. Again, it's an external focus. It takes it off of you worrying about yourself, and that makes all the difference. It feels physically lighter in your body to think about loving someone else, think about being thankful for someone else, think about having compassion for them. And some people do different intentions every day, different intentions for every situation or for different people in their lives. I try to keep it as simple as possible. My default intention is joy. Can I be joyful? Can I bring joy to someone else? That has been my go-to intention for years. And I really don't switch it up very much because then I actually have a shot of remembering it. Obviously, there's an ebb and flow to joyful. It's not every day. It's not every moment. It's not every situation. But the more you intentionally set that intention, the more it's actually going to randomly show up in your life because it's not random. Just like anything else, it's what you focus on is what actually grows. If you are focusing on deprivation in this process, that's all you're going to think about. If you focus on negativity and gossip, that's all that's going to come around you. And the same with drinking. If you focus on taking care of yourself, taking care of others, and setting an intention of what is right for you, it doesn't have to look like mine at all. Just giving you an example, but set an intention what's right for you and keep circling back to it. It's going to feel unnatural at first. And if you keep it simple and keep trying it on this micro intention level, where it might be an intention just for a day or two, or it might be an intention just for one situation that you know is coming up on your calendar, it will become natural over time. It will become more authentic, and it will become a part of who you are. Which builds us back into the last episode of the W in wine and who you are looking to become. That is the W, and the I is for intention. Next episode is going to be the N in wine for notice, and the final key to your core 4 is E for experience. So look out for those episodes coming up soon. And in between this episode and the episode for the letter N, I feel like I'm on the alphabet kindergarten thing. The letter N is coming up next. Look for a special episode later this week where I'm going to share my conversation with my coach, and it gives you a little more background of why I do what I do and also how she has helped me through the years. So I fully believe in life coaching in so many different areas of your life, how it can transform someone's life because I have been that person. So I have been where you are in different situations for sure, but tune into that one. It is a zinger. And next week, we will be talking about the N in wine as our core for the acronym in wine. And we'll be tasting a wine called Decoy, their popular Pinot Noir. It's got a duck on it and you can get it pretty much anywhere. It's called Decoy, and we will try it together next week. So if you are working on intentionality in your drinking, I do teach to a deeper level. I have a one-on-one coaching program tailored to your needs where we cover how to stop over drinking, how to love yourself for all the right reasons, and emotional well-being. DM me on Facebook or Instagram or go to kellydoherty.com/cheers to learn more. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please share it with a friend and please give us a review or a rating on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And if you want the video content version, check us out on YouTube at Kelly Doherty Coaching. Bye.